Class of the Titans is a Canadian animated series created by Chris Bartleman and Michael Leahy and directed by Brad Goodchild. The series first premiered back in December 31st, 2005 on Teletoon. The series went on for 2 seasons with its final episode airing on June 22, 2008. The show centers around 7 teenage descendants of Greek heroes. Jay, descendant of Jason; Odie, descendant of Odysseus; Harry, descendant of Hercules; Atlanta, descendant of Artemis; Archie, descendant of Achilles; Teresa, descendant of Theseus; and Neil, descendant of Narcissus, who must team up to defeat Cronus, the god of time. With the show's entertaining cast, solid voice acting, well-done animation, a great soundtrack by Michael Richard Plowman, brilliant creature and character designs, and a plethora of Greek mythology at its disposal, the show has gained a large following despite running for only 2 seasons. So in honor of the show's 15th anniversary, I thought I'd share my top 10 Class of the Titans episodes. Also, this list will contain spoilers, so if you are not caught up with the show, you can find the full series on Amazon Prime and even here on YouTube. Link will be in the description down below. With that being said, on to the list. Number 10. Chaos 101, Parts 1, 2, and 3. Kicking off my list is the 90-minute presentation of the first 3 episodes. On New Year's Eve, our big bad Cronus escapes from Tartarus and seeks to regain his rule over the world. However, he learns of a prophecy that 7 teenagers will defeat him.
Mortals? Yep. This can't be right.
So he sends out his monsters to dispose of them, and even unleashes the typhus. These 3 episodes do a great job at establishing the characters, the setting, and tone in a way that feels natural and not forced or rushed, utilizing the 90 minutes given wisely. The end result is a great series opener. And come on, you can't go wrong with the freaking typhus. Number 9. Cronus Vanquished. The Season 2 premiere sees our heroes manage to knock Cronus out in battle. Hades himself decides to personally escort Cronus to the Hall of Judgment and be sentenced back to Tartarus. However, things go wrong when Cronus manages to break free and stops Hades' crown, giving him the control of the underworld and its forces, including the god of death, Thanatos. This episode provides us with an emotional moment of our heroes having to part ways after knowing each other for a year after their supposed victory.
This is goodbye?
Well, I guess our time here was never supposed to be permanent.
That's right! We finally have time to get back to normal stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And goes to show that Cronus always has a trick up his sleeve. Number 8. Labor Day. After Harry gets lured by sirens, Cronus sends him back in time to face the 12 labors that Hercules had once did thousands of years ago. Meanwhile, the rest of the team searches for him while also dealing with the sirens. What better way to show Harry at his best than face the same challenges that his ancestor had to face? Plus, we got this gem from Cronus.
I should have just destroyed him when I had the chance. But no, I had to be greedy, elaborate, turned it into a sport.
Cronus, you'd be such a great Bond villain. Number 7. Road to Hades. When Jay gets infected from the Chimera's venom, his spirit must deal with the pursuit of Atropos.
Heroes, they never give up easily.
While the rest of the team must venture into the plains of Asphodel to bring back the cure. Boy, were the stakes for this episode really high. Seeing Jay literally fight fate, while his comrades had to overcome such a task without their leader, had the tension cranked up to an 11. While episodes having teams trying to operate without their leader are nothing new, this episode does it in a way that is not only fresh, but also satisfying. Number 6. Forget Me Not. When a trip to the Eurasian fields goes wrong, our heroes, with the exception of Neil, lose their memories along with Cronus. Now it's up to Neil to get Poppies from Hypnos to restore their memories before they reach the Eurasian fields and lose their memories for good. If you thought the team trying to save their leader was intense, how about the comic relief being the one who has to save the whole team? Neil is at his best here, as he does everything to save his friends and puts aside his narcissism. Also, I don't know why, but for some reason it was nice to see Cronus be the temporary team dad.
Anybody know who they are?
Your father?
I don't think he's my dad.
You could be adopted.
He just doesn't seem very paternal.
Number 5. Phantom Rising Parts 1 and 2. When a purple phantom starts attacking the gods and draining them of their powers and immortality, it's soon revealed that it's Teresa who has reached her max potential and has taken resentment towards the gods taking away her normal life.
I'm going after Zeus. I want my life back!
This episode was probably the most intense, with the gods rendered useless and the rest of our 6 heroes having to face their biggest challenge yet. These 2 episodes are basically X-Men's Dark Phoenix saga done on screen, only done right. Number 4. Star Quality. Cronus summons Orion from his constellation to hunt down Atlanta as revenge on Artemis for killing him in the past, unaware of the goddess's reasons for shooting him. Meanwhile, the team has to deal with one of Neil's fans that managed to catch footage of their secret life of fighting Greek gods and monsters. This episode is probably the most emotional of the series, and is Atlanta at her best. What makes this episode so special is that it gives us closure between the tragedy of Orion and Artemis. And in the end, Atlanta changes her ways to not repeat the same mistakes as her protege.
She never could resist a challenge.
Can you?
I never have before.
Me neither.
Perhaps it's time we learn. Tell her I miss her too.
Number 3. Time After Time. The season 1 finale, Cronus throws a wrench into Hero's New Year's Eve party by killing Odie with a manticore. However, Jay finds a way to go back in time and save Odie.
Breaking news, Cronus. Guess who's rejoined the party?
No! I chose the precise moment in time to strike, and I still couldn't destroy him. Why?
Cronus, however, not wanting to be outdone, goes all the way back in time to change the entire outcome of the Titan War. Now our heroes must go back in time to prevent the Titans from beating the gods. This episode is basically Avengers Endgame of the series. What with its time travel elements and an epic showdown. This episode was also the first time the team got officially introduced to Zeus. Overall, this episode was a great way to end the first season. Number 2. Odie's Sea. After Odie, Jay, and Neil get lost in a storm at sea, they end up stranded on an island. But not just any island, they get stranded on Calypso's island, the former lover of Odysseus, and she is not about to let Odie leave. To make matters worse, Cronus has taken control of the winds from Alos and has sent Scylla after the rest of the team. This episode is very well written and balanced with how funny...
Ha! Looks like I win. Hey!
Oops. Sorry.
Sorry, that's like the 3rd time you've done that.
emotional,
Calypso, my friends are in danger and they need me. I have to go.
You're so brave and loyal to your crew. You remind me of Odysseus more than ever.
heartwarming,
Kept my promise, Calypso. But my work isn't finished.
I'm an immortal, Odie. I can wait forever.
and thrilling it is. And it would have been my favorite episode, but there's one episode that I got more enjoyment from. Number 1. The Deep End. The gang decides to go on a trip to the Carmender's River. However, unbeknownst to them, they wander into the domain of the river god, Scamander, who wants revenge through Achilles' descendant, Archie. This episode is just perfection. The pacing is really well done here, the build-up is solid, just everything is well done here. Not only does it show Archie at his best, but the rest of the team does pretty dang good here too. But the greatest thing about this episode is that Archlanta is at its highest here.
Incredible, isn't it? We should have had this swim date ages ago.
Date?
And that is why The Deep End is my favorite episode. Did your favorite episode make the list? What are your favorite episodes? Please share with me in the comments down below. Like this video if you really enjoyed it, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and Happy New Year!